Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it's your first time here. I'm Fanula. It's the middle of April, and my goodness, we've just come through the most extraordinary weather these last couple of days. I just finished major cleanup here at Cottage Gardens, but oh my goodness, everything is so beautiful that we're going to take a little walk around and just see what the heck is going on here at Cottage Gardens. April 12th, the most gorgeous day after the most incredible bunch of storms. Let's get going. We're going to start up at the Wisteria walk because basically I'm right there, and I just want to show you what it looks like right now. The main Wisteria has finished blooming, and they're sending out these runners that is just like slapping you in the face. It is so hysterical how everything's changed in the last week. Last day. I mean, the rain is making everything shine. Look at this dogwood, for example. I think I've taken 10 pictures of this so far today just because it is so stunning. And those viburnums over there, the white is positively glowing. Look at this. This is the variety called Mauricii. Loses its leaves every year. One of the first things to bloom in April. And it is blindingly bright. It is so gorgeous. But yeah, come on and let me show you what the wisteria are doing. It wasn't that long ago. It was blooming and looking gorgeous and hanging down from there. And now it's sending out all these runners. So we'll take care of those eventually. But what I'm doing up here is trying to get a lot of the runners to shade the area for all these shade-loving plants that are underneath. But look at this. They are so happy, so stunning. And what they're shading, some of the hydrangeas are blooming. The rhododendrons, oh my goodness. Again, this kind of light after the rain, we've got clouds up above. The rhododendrons, they're positively glowing. And with the raindrops on them, oh my goodness. Look at this one. This is one of my favorites. Every year, I cannot wait to see Percy Wiseman in bloom again. Something about these particular colors, the gold, the buttery yellow, the buds being all pink, and that whole combination, all coming together over incredibly deep green, glossy foliage. It's my favorite. This and September Song, they're both like so ridiculously stunning. But honestly, I've never seen a rhodie I didn't like. Come over here and I'll show you September Song. Look at this one. Look at the blooms on September Song. Now, talk about luscious. Honestly, like I said, never seen one I didn't like, but those two, they're my favorites. Come over this way and I'll show you what the chicken garden is doing. Literally this last week, everything has exploded into bloom, probably grown at least a foot, and it's rained super hard the last couple of days, so things are looking a little flattened, but at the same time, incredibly happy. You know what else is happy right this minute are weeds. So we're going to be weeding like crazy over the next couple of days. One thing that the rain does, apart from bringing up the weeds, is make the soil super soft and easy to do your weeding. But just look at this. Look how the roses have come through. The chickens are even happy. That's not all though. Let's go see what else there is at Cottage after the rain to go admire and look at. In the last week or so, the roses have exploded into bloom. Everything is thrilled to bits with the weather. I mean, literally, we had like 85-degree weather maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. Then it got cold, then it hailed, then it rained like crazy. But oh my goodness, the roses are thrilled to bits anyway. Look at this. This was a rose bush thinking about climbing over, and we were twisting it in, but it's exploded into bloom. This is one of the David Austin roses, Bathsheba, And unfortunately, I'm totally out of Bathsheba to sell you. I'll have some more next year, but that's not what I'm talking about right now. I'm just talking about the beauty. Middle of April, they are loving this weather. We didn't even look at polka. Oh my goodness. But this is what's going on. This spring has been amazing. It's barely 3 weeks into spring. We've had heat, we've had rain. We're going to have more heat coming up, and the roses are thrilled to bits. I want to show you a couple that I really, really love. This one here is silver lining, and it's positively luminous. It's related to the beloved sterling silver with incredible fragrance, but it's much easier to grow and much healthier. Sterling silver, as beautiful as it is, can be fussy, and it's almost one of the first in your garden that might get a fungus or a disease of some kind. Silver lining is much healthier, much easier, and retains that incredible silver color and fragrance. A lot to be said for that. The easier the better in my mind. Another one I really like is L. I was looking at the tree rose version. Oof, oh my goodness. This is what I've been doing a lot of today, is picking stuff up. Because that weather the last couple of days, I'm sure you're finding it in the same in your garden. If you're anywhere near Petaluma, you've had the same weather as us. Yesterday's rain was epic. It was blowing things over left, right, and center, broke a few pots, but luckily the eucalyptuses stayed up. That's the main thing. And everything here is not the worst for wear at all. But let's go look at L. I have to show you, look at the color. Look at that. There's so much going on. Like, the pictures never do it justice, but when you actually see the color of the bloom, there's yellow on the outer side, the reverse side, there's peach, there's pink. It is really beautiful. And the fragrance is unbelievable. I'm showing you what's going on at Cottage Gardens, but pretty much the same explosion of roses is going on at my house. And I just want to pause for half a second to remind you to check your roses now. With all of the changes in the weather, this is going to be the moment that you might find some disease problems. I'm actually not seeing any here, but this is the moment with the heat last week and the rain this week, and it's warming up again next week. If there's going to be a problem, pretty soon is when it's going to show up. So just take your daily walk out in the garden, have a look, make sure you stay on top of any problems, and nip them in the bud before they get there. While we're up here in the roses, I just want to show you a new one to me in the David Austin world of roses, and it is called Tottering by Gently, and I ordered it in because of its name. I mean, that's the cutest name ever, but look at it. It is such a simple, beautiful rose, single yellow, beautiful buttery yellow, not like what the David Austin roses that we're used to, which is usually fully cupped, very full, just very old-fashioned looking roses. This one, very simple, very refreshing, a gorgeous color, incredibly healthy, and also fragrant. And I don't know why, and I don't know if you feel the same way, but you wouldn't suspect fragrance from such a simple looking single rose. But believe me, it is fragrant. Fresh, appley kind of a fragrance. It's gorgeous. Look at them. This is another thing that's really just happened in the last week. Japanese maples are positively shining. This one here is Bloodgood, and it's so intense and so gorgeous right now. Something else that's happened and changed over the last week or two at Cottage is that the summer annuals have come out. We've got cosmos and marigolds, we've got zinnias, we've got some sunflowers. Today's weather makes it seem kind of ridiculous that we do, especially after yesterday and today's pouring rain. Felt like we were back in winter, but the plants don't seem to care at all. They are thrilled to bits and ready to go in the ground. Look at the sunflowers. It's like they know that it's spring despite the weather, despite my wearing 2 jackets today. These guys are ready. Bring on the sunshine, bring on the spring. I bet you're finding the same thing in your garden. I know I am at home. But a week ago, this bed was sitting here, not a lot of color. I think maybe one of the antirrhinums, one of the snapdragons, had started to bloom. This week, it's a whole other story. Everything just exploded. The little rose, it's a mini, that's blooming away. All the snapdragons are blooming. The petunias are going. The poppies are hiding, but they got buds on them. And the sweet peas are happening too. It's really pretty incredible. But we're on the way to the Clematis. I gotta show you. Come along. All right, we're in the Clematis area. I'm gonna start with this one. This is Boulevard Samaritan Joe. It's in a container, and there's gotta be 40 or 50 buds on it. Some of the buds have opened up, and it's blooming. It goes all the way to the top. And look at all these buds. In a couple of days, they're all going to be open, and you're not even going to see the structure underneath. It's one of those spirals that we really love. You can still see it today, but I tell you, in 3 or 4 days' time, you're not going to see a thing. All blooms. And I don't know if you've seen before when I talk about Boulevard Samaritan Joe, something about that silvery color. It's like the sterling silver rose and silver linings rose, that beautiful silvery purple lavender that is just so calming and cool and stunning. Also, because it's pretty long stemmed, makes a great cut flower. But it's not the only thing in bloom. This is a really great time to come in and pick yourself out a clematis. So many of them are blooming, showing you what color you're going to get in your garden. And there's so many to choose from. It's really, really something. Something else I have to show you, the peonies. Look at this. Look at the buds on these things. Almost every single one of them, the buds are about to pop. And this particular one, look how dark it is. This one is early scout. It's a fern leaf peony. And I don't even care if it ever opens up. The buds alone are worth getting them for. They're super dark, really intense, and absolutely amazing. But some of the itos have opened up already. Let's go look. Look at this one. Isn't that amazing? And look at this. This one is new to me this year. I love the peachy tones of it. It's one of the ones called Garden Candy, Strawberry Swirl. So Garden Candy is this series of ito peonies that Monrovia has been doing, and that one is impressive. Now, if you don't know about itos, they're an interspecific cross of peony from the tree peonies and the herbaceous ones. They are so easy to grow, it's crazy. I've got one up in the chicken garden up there. I forgot to show it to you while we were up there. Talk about minimal care. And it's been blooming already for 2 to 3 weeks. They're bigger, they're more vigorous, they get bigger and bigger every year. They always seem to have blooms on them every spring, despite minimal care. Just a little less fussy than, a lot less fussy than the regular herbaceous ones, which are so worth growing anyway. I'm not saying any bad thing about them, but the itos, if you're just starting out, these are the way to go. They get you hooked though, let me warn you about that. But let's go look at the one in ground on the way to showing you that peony. I just have to point out the rest of this garden bed that I've got going on here. It's just beside where the clematis area is, and everything is so happy. The roses are all blooming. And this is blue honeyworth. I'm sure I've told you about it before, but it self-seeds readily. There's even some right here. And it just fills up the bed so nicely. Bees really love it. Its botanical name is Cerinthe major. This variety is called kiwi blue, and it is so easy to grow and so stunning. But come on over this way. I just wanted to show you this ito peony. Been blooming for a couple of weeks, literally doubles in size every single year. It is so easy to take care of. It's crazy and so delightful. So what's happening down the hill in the Pollinator garden? The geranium matarense It's just about finished blooming. It's making a lot of seeds, so I doubt if I'll ever have to plant a geranium amaranth down here again, but it's amazing. The salvia, oh my goodness, the hummingbirds are so happy with this salvia. This is a really cool one that can take more shade than you would think. It's Garanitica black and blue. It's pretty amazing. And then over here we've got Ramona blooming on the archway. It's quite incredible. The Nicotiana, totally out of hand, huge and enormous. Got a little bit knocked down in the rain, but we'll get there, we'll clean up. And I just wanted to share with you some of the changes we made in the pollinator garden. I'm beginning to plant it up for the summer pollinators. We're popping in some sunflowers, some cosmos, some marigolds, and making it windier and more fun to explore. The Verbena bonariensis are already blooming. I've already seen a few butterflies visit. This rose has been blooming for weeks. So stunning. Here's a little cheat. If you have sprawly roses and you're kind of short on space and you want to plant all kinds of things around it, train it upwards on one of our obelisks or an obelisk of your own. Make it go up. It keeps the footprint smaller so that you can plant more stuff. If you've got a small space, this is the way to go if you're addicted to roses. A couple of sunflowers that we just planted last week. They're loving this weather, already about 2.5, 3 feet tall. Coco Loco is blooming up a storm. Absolutely love this rose. And the poppies, they're about to pop. But I tell you, the weeds right now, they also love the weather just as much as our on-purpose plants. So I know I'm going to be coming back down the hill in about a half an hour, and I'm going to be weeding. What else is new plant-wise here at Cottage Gardens this week? A lot of the summer bloomers have come in from our growing grounds. They're ready to go home, and they just know it's springtime. A lot of our grasses are available. But you know, teucrium, I need to tell you about teucrium. Summer sunshine, if you need a pop of bright in your drought-tolerant garden, teucrium summer sunshine is amazing. It's one of the germanders, so the foliage has a fragrance to it. Deer don't eat it, gophers don't eat it. There's beautiful little blue flowers, kind of magenta blue on it, but oh my goodness, that foliage right now in this light, positively popping. And then our rock roses, they've just come out of the growing grounds also. 3, 4 different varieties, and salvias. All these heat-loving, summer blooming plants, they really like last week's weather. I'm sure they're in a slight state of shock after the last couple of days we've had, but they don't look like it. This salvia is blooming away. So is Roman red, and so is hot lips, one of my favorites. Just wandering past the grasses right now, there's one I want to bring your attention to because every time I go near it, I seem to have to pet it. And this is Panicum Dallas Blues. It's one of the switch grasses, and when it's at its full height, it's about 4 to 6 feet high, almost straight up, and it's got this beautiful blue tint to the foliage. There's just something really, really cool about it. So if you're looking for like an upright, big, giant punctuation mark in your garden, Panicum Dallas Blues is really, really great. I mean, just picture, when it's at its full height, happy in your garden, it's going to be taller than me. Beautiful blue foliage. It's pretty amazing if you ask me. On the way up to the hostas that I wanted to show you, after the rain, I just want to show what lady's mantle alchemilla looks like. I don't know how it does it, and I don't know why this particular plant does this with the raindrops, but look at how it looks. It's like little jewels on every single one of the leaves. So, so pretty. So that one is Alchemilla mollis thriller, but all of the ladies' mantles do this. Another one that does it is lupins. I was looking at those this morning. It does the same exact thing. It just holds the raindrops in some different way. What else is new? The hostas, another one of those plants that just kind of took off in the last couple of weeks. They were dormant. They were bare little pots of dirt with a little bark on top up to about 3-4 weeks ago. Then they emerged, then it got warm, then it got rainy. Look at them now. Pretty amazing. Here in our particular zone, in our region, you're going to grow your hostas with afternoon shade. When I visit back east, I see they can do full sun and they're happy as can be. Around here, you're going to want to do your hostas with shade past about noon. And there's summer bloomers too. So basically, all of the plants that are going to give you summer blooms are right now looking absolutely amazing. Look at this one. Hosta, so sweet. I love the variegated ones. I've probably got 4 or 5 different varieties of lupins for you this year. I can see buds on one of them. This is going to open up and be white. It's gallery white lupin, but I just wanted to show you the way the raindrops are doing that bejeweling thing on the leaves of the lupin. It is just so pretty. Did you see that? Those are cedar waxwings, and they absolutely love the berries of a privet. And honestly, I'm not crazy about privets, but I forgive that particular privet every year because it brings the cedar waxwings. There you go. I hope you enjoyed today's little tour through Cottage Gardens after the rain. We're still cleaning up. It's still kind of a mess, but it is so darn beautiful. I just had to share it. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope you want to come back for the next one. I was going to talk about garden chores to do for the next one, and I probably will, because it's April, one of the best times of the year here in Zone 9B in Northern California. It's absolutely stunning. Everything is blooming, but there are still chores to do and things you ought to be doing and things you should be planting. And we'll talk about that in the next video. Meanwhile, you can find me on Facebook or Instagram. Drop me a comment. Tell me how your garden is doing after the rain and storms of the last couple of days. And I look forward to hearing everybody's stories because it's been wild. And I really hope your garden came through okay and all the trees stayed up. But yeah, I will see you next time, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful couple of days. Happy gardening.